That should be now. And
Here we go.
so what's up then? What's up, guys? Welcome to another interview Skype stream again. I hope you guys are doing well. We've got amazing one-man musician on the stream today, called metalmatt, and so aka Matt, I think. And so how you doing then? How you doing, Matt?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, no, I'm glad to be speaking with you. I know it's we haven't done one of these interviews for a while, and it's seeing
I
as we're
know, it's been
still
a
locked
while.
down.
It's been
Yeah,
since Sam Radio, and this is the first time we've actually done like a sort of screen to screen sort of thing.
yeah,
So
we've never done it through video before, so yeah, no, it's good. I'm
that's
I'm a complete newbie to Skype, so I'm glad to be able to try it with you here. So
absolutely, absolutely. And so it's good to see you, Matt. And so
and you,
I've,
yeah,
I've got myself all grammed up for this interview today as well.
well
So
done. Yeah, yeah, you
uh,
look very
I've
metal.
got of course Judas Priest,
Of course, yeah,
steel
got
shirt,
the
all
British still.
proper low skill, and you got a fight on as well. See,
Yeah,
and
got my fight shirt
that's
on.
of course then Love Harper's summer project, isn't it? As
Yeah,
well,
great
you
little
do
band.
you did
Yeah, it's got Satchel as well. That's Steel Panther. They're really cool. But yeah, the guitarist of Steel Panther used to play and fight Satchel. So yeah, I'm well into fight and was lucky enough to sing with them back when they were in Bristol. They did like a little kind of acoustic show and they invited me up to sing and we sang Into the Pit, which was one of Fight's heaviest kind of songs, a real screamy one, so screaming that out and yeah, that was a really cool experience back in early 2020 when the year wasn't quite going as bad as it is now. But yeah, it was a fun experience really. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. You managed to get the chance to do Steel Panther,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and of course there's it Skate. What's his name? Can remember.
Which one?
Skates. Is it Scats? I don't know. Scats the guitar
Satchel.
ones. That's so yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
Oh
quite
yeah.
surprising he's in Fight. Then I was thinking he was
Yeah.
just part of Steel Panther, and that's
Yeah, a
how.
lot of people don't know. He's done a lot of stuff, Satchel. He's a very talented guitarist. Yeah, he's really done a lot of stuff. He's worked, I think, with Paul Gilbert and Jeff Martin, Racer X kind of people, and he's done all sorts. Yeah, loads of different projects, and yeah, yeah, he's good when you look into him and his history. He's certainly earned his kind of place in metal. So yeah, no, he's a cool guy, really down to earth kind of
See,
cool guy. Yeah.
he's quite chatable. Then if you see him in that, he's
Yeah, yeah, he was good.
always
We had a good chat. Yeah, he's very down to earth. He's not like got the rock star ego, which I like. I like sort of rock stars who don't do the whole rock star cliche kind of rude kind of. He's very just normal off
just
stage.
nice and
Yeah,
chilled in that as
he
well.
is. Yeah, he's still a funny guy, on and off stage, but he's kind of he's cool. You can tell he's a smart guy. He's cool.
And what would you think of the other guys from the other members from Steel Panther? What would you think
Really
about them?
nice, yeah. No, they're really cool. Michael's really nice, the lead singer, Michael Starr. Yeah, he did a little shout out for my YouTube when they were in Bristol. So that
Oh,
was
Phil.
nice of him. Yeah, I kind of did a little video with him. And yeah, they're all really nice. Sticks was really nice. Lexi was really nice, but particularly Michael and Satchel, I had a great kind of time with chatting with them both. Chatted with them for about half hour at some of the time. Yeah, it was
Before,
really
before they were scared to play their gig or something. Eh?
yeah, they were playing a gig in Bristol, yeah, early this year. So, yeah, probably be a while till they're back again, I'm guessing. So, but
Hopefully next year. Fingers
yeah, it
crossed.
would be
Year
nice. Would be
see them.
nice.
It'd be
Yeah,
great. And I don't know if they ever come up to here right enough as well. I mean,
they
Steel
probably
Panther,
do. They seem to go all around the UK and maybe Scotland. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Glasgow, I think.
Yeah, they probably do. I'd imagine they would, but I don't know.
I've not listened to much Steel Panther for a very long time. I know, and this is how and that track is that really good track. It gets overplayed a bit, and
That's Jaw but Metal.
yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that's a really good one. Yeah.
In case he fucks all the other bands, and then they all but metal. That's it.
It is a heavy one, yeah. It's really
Yeah,
good.
I wouldn't play that on my show right now, but it's a great track. It's a good
Definitely,
nice.
yeah, it's brilliant. Live, yeah, they play it really good live.
Do they?
I quite like the acoustic versions they've done of it as well. Yeah, they're a great band.
They
I think,
must enjoy a bit of rest one as well. They must
yeah,
that.
yeah. A lot of people, I think, find them kind of, not like a serious band, but when you listen to them play, they are serious in their playing, and in a way, they're singing, even though they sing about the raunchy kind of stuff they do, it's kind of more real than singing about dragons and fire and dragons and all this that a lot of metal kind of stuff is about. At least they're singing about sex,
Yeah,
drugs, and rock and roll. Kind
yeah.
of.
A
In a way,
dragon.
it's more real than a lot of the other bands, in a funny way. So, yeah,
Definitely, Dragon Force is all about the dragons and
that's it. Yeah,
endings and that.
sounds
Like
like it with a name like that. Yeah.
yeah, that's amazing that you managed to meet Steel Panther then, and
Yeah, yeah. It was
not
even
one of
cool to
these.
playing like singing with them. It's kind of totally off the wall.
That must have been one of your best times then.
Definitely,
Best
yeah. It's times like
gigs
that
and
you kind of wait for as a musician. When you get these kind of opportunities, it is like just really cool.
dream come true, pretty much. Eh?
Definitely, yeah. It was a dream come true. Yeah.
And then yeah, and pretty much. And I've not very many musicians myself. Like, and there's a band that I know called Revocation, which is a sort of
What
death
are they
metal.
called?
Like, you're not maybe not familiar with their stuff as much, but they're
No.
amazing. They're tech death band. I met bass player backstage at the Met stand.
Oh, nice.
That was the best thing. I think I got close
That's
to
good.
him.
Yeah, no, it's always nice
We
meeting these
did.
people.
We given a beat. I had a picture from with them fisting them or something.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
not fist bumping. I think we just did a fist and that, and
Oh, nice.
it's cool.
Yeah, kind of metal thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So me and my pal were actually at that gig, and it's like Killswitch Engage were actually
Oh,
headlining
wow.
that night. It was a heckin'
Yeah, I
amazing.
think I've heard their version of one of Dio's songs.
Holy Diver,
Holy
that's the one.
Diver. Yeah, they've done a good. That was a good rendition from what I remember. I haven't heard it for a lot of years, but
I know there's some plenty of bands that do that. Still and did a couple of covers. They did the Genesis
yeah, yeah,
and they did Tears for Fears shout cover. That's they did. It's a good.
yeah. I like Tears for Fears.
Oh, they're great, eh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
We used to, and I think you like the sort of 1980s music as well,
I
like
do. Yeah, no, I love the
kind of
80s stuff.
just straightforward 1980s music, not like
Pretty much, yeah. I don't really
metal.
veer off that. I like Gal and Gorgoroth, um, and that kind of music as well. I'm well into that. Yeah, black metal, but I don't listen to a lot of black metal. It's just some Venom and a lot of Gal's stuff, mainly Godseed, and a bit of his Gorgoroth stuff. But I mainly just switch on his Godseed stuff and watch his live performances of that, and yeah,
Yeah,
incredible music. He's an amazing frontman. Yeah, but apart from that, it is mainly 80s. Priest, Sabbath, King Diamond, Twisted Sister, that kind of stuff is what
yeah.
kind of inspired me.
So you kind of got this sort of
Yeah.
the hair metal sort of vibe going on, yeah, in the
Yeah,
videos.
not so into the hair metal really. More before that, I guess. Yeah, I never got massively into hair metal, but Panther are good
Yeah,
modern glam band. I don't think they'd get away with it these days
everyone knows them as well.
if they weren't kind of funny with it. I think they've went about it a good way. Steel Panther to be able to pull off doing glam like in this era. The way
Yeah,
they do it. I don't think any other band could do it. So they've found a way to do it, and yeah, it's cool.
keeps the glam metal fire alive, I guess, in a way as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Because you only got certain amounts of hair metal bands out there, like,
that's
and
it.
they're kind of almost dead in the water. And
They
there was
are
that.
really, yeah. So
There
they've at
was,
least there's Panther powering on, doing loads of good music.
there
Yeah,
was Finnish band as well called Santa Cruz as well, which I don't think
is
you're
there?
familiar
I don't know if I
with.
know.
They're glam as well. They're called Santa
Oh,
Cruz, and like modern take on the glam metal. I
hmm.
mean, I think their taste is spread up now. I mean, they're good at what they did, but I mean, I think they just moved on. I think they had a sort of fallout or something each other.
Happens with a lot
Just,
of bands, I think. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so they didn't last very long. They were great what they did.
No, some bands you just got to take what you get, I guess. Yeah, it's not forever kind of thing.
Yeah, you should check them out, Santa Cruz. Then I think there's a track called Young Blood Rising, which is one of the sort of good ones. They're young
Oh,
bands, that's why they're called Young. That's probably Young Blood Rising, so they're pretty much rising to the forefront of hair metal or something.
yeah, yeah,
So the band are probably about the same age as me, pretty much sort of mid
yeah.
20s.
Oh, that's
I think
cool.
so. They're not any older than me. So I
No,
think
no.
great band. They play. I mean, they've made some great stuff. I mean, yeah, it's just the thing. They had an argument, and I think they split up a couple of years ago.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, and might have
This is
been
what
last year.
happened with a lot of bands, unfortunately. Yeah.
They did a very crap album, I think, and the end which didn't sound anything, nothing at all like what it
Mm,
used to sound. And it's just it just turned itself upside down. And
shame, isn't it? Yeah, it's a shame.
I don't even know the name of the album because that's how shit it is. It's just
No, no.
been out there. It just was an album that should just never been released. It should just been rewritten again, pretty much, because it was
Ah, that's
bad.
a shame. Yeah.
Yeah, even it could just be a demo, pretty much. And even your tracks would be better than that as well, because it's how bad it is. Uh,
Mm,
it's a bit too poppy as well in some ways as well. It's
yeah,
just a bit,
happens.
just just a bit just the opposite of the opposite. It's like he's done it like the front man in the band is pretty much like a one man band like yourself and just
No,
all the
is
stuff
it?
himself. I
It
think he
can be
did that.
hard when you do it all yourself, you know.
And yeah,
Yeah.
and it turned out quite bad at the end. I mean, I just don't remember the name of the album. That's the thing.
Mm.
So if you remember if it's Santa Cruz, then there's the band called Santa Cruz is the name of the Californian city, and you get
Yeah,
all
I know.
sort of
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
places. But I know there's a band. I think people banding or something or bringing the Finnish band. It's
Yeah, yeah.
Finnish. I mean, yeah, Young Blood Rising I think is one of the sort of main tracks. I mean,
Oh, cool. Yeah.
came out a couple of years ago. I mean, I played it on the show a
Yeah,
few
I'll check
times as
them
well.
out. Yeah, no, I'll check them out. What? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. See, yeah, so I have to say, I played a few of your tracks on the show as well. We did a show before on Sam Radio Metal Show, of course. Then did a
Oh,
few
did you?
interviews.
What?
So
Recently, you played some?
yeah, it was. I played your new single, didn't I, recently as well? Your new
Oh,
one,
yeah, yeah. No,
one
that's
we dressed up as Captain Jack Sparrow. That was the
the
one I was.
changes in you. Yeah, that was a fun
That's
one.
a great
Yeah,
one. It's a top
yeah.
ballad one. It's not as heavy as your other
No,
stuff.
it's kind of a rock
It's
ballad. Yeah.
top ballad. I enjoyed that. That was a nice
Did
wee.
you? Oh, bro. Yeah.
I was
Yeah, no, it
playing a
was
lot.
cool, and the music video was really fun to film. I did it with Dom Jolly, who you might know from Trigger Happy TV. He's one of my favourites. So I got him involved, and yeah, he starred in the video as kind of like playing an older version of me. It was kind of a song about changes in life and relationships, particularly. You know, it's kind of about someone who you kind of loved and stuff, and time changes, and they change, you change, time changes, and just you're kind of stuck in this loop where you're kind of
Hmm.
you don't know where you are and stuff, and it kind of the video represents it shows me and then it shows Dom, and he's like years later it's kind of supposed to show like it's me when I'm older and reminiscing kind of thing, and yeah, it's kind of about a lost love kind of vibe, but it was really fun. Yeah, he did really well in the video. It was just awesome working with Dom, and my friend Cam was there as well to help film and stuff, and starred in it a little bit as well. And it was good. There's some subtle humor in the music video, and it's quite serious in other ways. And yeah, no, I'm happy with it. It was the whole recording process of that song was quite
Oh, it's great.
exciting.
It turned out
Yeah,
to be a good
did it
ballad.
in the studio kind of thing with someone I'd met at an open mic, like I can't remember when, but yeah, we got together to work on this song, and he produced it all professionally for me, and it's one of my first songs that I'd done like really professionally, because I do a lot of stuff independently, and I kind of do it the best I can. A lot of the songs I do is kind of virtually done. I'm
Yeah.
kind of doing it kind of working with people. Like there's a guy in New York who produces a lot of my stuff, so it's kind of like we communicate from a distance. But this time I was actually in the studio with the guy, you know, from Bristol, and you know, and he helped me record it all, you know, professionally. And yeah, it's really good quality track, and a lot of effort went into it, and thought, and the video too. So it's like I'm really happy with the final kind of product. You know, it's a cool track, and it sounds professional, it looks professional, and it's
It does.
yeah.
Sounds great.
Appreciate that. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
And did you do that one there with the early this year then? Or was it this year it came out, this track here? It was early this year
This
you did
year,
it?
yeah, no, we did it early. I can't remember what month it must have been. I think it was not long after the first lockdown, I guess. So I don't know, but yeah, no, we met up and we did that video in Cheltenham with Dom, and I also did it in Weymouth. Filmed some of it on my own in Weymouth, and then
Great.
West-super-Mare, I filmed some with my friend, and then we filmed with Dom in Cheltenham. So it was like a 3-location video, you know, quite a big video for me. You know, I really went out my way to get it, you know, kind of looking
Yeah,
cool, you know.
that's great. And see the recording studio you did it, was it a fairly good place? It was a great
It,
studio then.
it was the guy, he owned the studio, and he had all the professional kit, and really you know, expensive microphones and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, so it was really good quality, and I
So definitely get we start out to other radio stations out there at play it as well.
yeah, true.
It's,
I ought to. It is definitely a radio kind of song. Yeah, that's a good point. Because I do everything independently, I'm constantly thinking and doing stuff, and I forget sometimes to do these things, you know, because I'm kind of always working away at the music. So
so you
that's
just
something I haven't really done. Actually, contacted. I know I should be able to get it on Radio Bristol, because I did get my Wake Up song played on Radio Bristol once. So
really that's good.
yeah, I'll
So,
definitely contact, and I know you play a lot of yours on your Sam radio.
yeah,
So,
metal show of course.
yeah, the metal show, of course. So, yeah, no, I will. I'll definitely try and get it some more plays. You're right. That's
Yeah.
something I need to do. Yeah.
What were they saying then, Radio Bristol then? What were they thinking about you as a
Um, I think he said it had a glam rock kind of feel. It was that Wake Up song, and mine is more of a synth song, you know. And he said, yeah, glam rock 80s feel to this track. I think he said, and he said it's about technology, something gone too far or something, which was right.
yeah, the
Something along
record?
those lines, yeah. So it was nice. It was cool to hear it on there. You know, I didn't even know it had been played on there. I submitted it, and someone said they heard it on there, and I was like, "Did you?" And then I looked it up, and luckily you could play back the old episodes, and it was on there. You know,
Was it on there? Some
it
thing
was
with
on
Metroid or
there.
something.
Yeah.
That's great. And was Wake Up the one that they had this one that the one of the robot thing again? I keep
Robot
forgetting.
thing, yeah, yeah, kind of just
Yeah,
representing, you know, it was kind of the videos about like the suit kind of represents like businessmen and conformity. It's just supposed to like present, you know, men in suits and that you're conforming, you're doing this, you know, and
yeah,
robot face is just obviously that's just to represent, you know, technology gone too far. We're kind of morphing with this cyber world, you know, and we're kind of
yeah.
it's
You
kind
got
of that's the
this.
kind of idea of that whole look, you know. It's kind of just
Yeah,
about people getting too dependent on technology rather than the real world kind of thing, you know.
you
So
see see the game like Cyberpunk 2077. I was saying to you, and you see like some of these people, human faces, they've got like things integrated in their face. It's really
yeah,
cool. That game that I was doing in Cyberpunk 2077. So that's maybe something that we could come out with for this thing as well, like
yeah,
technology inside our bodies pretty much as
yeah.
well.
That's it. You don't know what's to happen in the
So
future.
things might have a sort of microchip, something that open
Never
or
know. Yeah, you never
doors,
know.
or maybe
Yeah,
have like a sort of database or something in our bodies or
yeah.
something.
Who knows what kind of control is gonna come into place? But yeah, it's just really a song just about not going along with everything and just questioning things. And yeah, there's a lot of things worth questioning. And
Yeah, enjoyed that. Was a good one. I played that on your sort of special show that we did together
you
as well.
did, yeah, we did a special back a bit, didn't we? So yeah,
Yeah,
no, that was
it
good.
was,
Yeah,
it was maybe just the end of last year, the start of this year, I think.
was that? Oh wow.
I don't
Yeah, no,
remember
I appreciate it.
absolutely. I think it might have been last year, so sometime.
It is.
Yeah,
It feels like a long time. Yeah.
yeah. I think I probably just didn't marry the date again when I was looking in there saying that. I think it's definitely last year.
Um.
Um, yeah, maybe actually see that. Sorry, it might be. Let me just double check that actually, because I might have the date of the
Oh,
show.
cool. Yeah, no, it was a little while ago that one. But yeah, I know we've done a couple of interviews. So
Yeah, we've done
yeah,
a few more in between there as well. Yeah, it was
yeah.
September last year. It was the 25th of September, and 20
Wow.
we did
Was
that.
it end of last year? Cool. Yeah, no, it was a good one. That I enjoyed
That
doing
was a
that.
great one then. So yeah, and great to do that. I played a lot of your tracks. I think I played
Yeah, I'm
your
gonna upload
acoustic.
that on my YouTube soon. My
Your,
new channel. Yeah, so I'll get that back on there soon enough. And
yeah, and you'll
yeah,
get Wake Up back on there as well. You got all these videos up on there
I
as well.
will. Yeah, I'm gradually re-uploading everything. So my channel
Try
got
and try and get
randomly
these views back on
deleted, so I'm
again.
gonna just upload it all again, all the stuff onto my new channel, all the stuff I can find, the main stuff,
Yeah,
going
yeah.
back up on this new Metal Matt channel.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
And then I think your acoustic track, I think it was just that. So it was this one of your early tracks that you did. Then I don't know, I can't even remember the name of it now.
you know that I'm here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that's the one. And that one, there was that one. That's one of your sort of early ones you did a couple
it
of years ago.
was. That was really early. Yeah, that was really
Uh, you have to tell me about that one. And you have to tell me about that one because you did a bit of, you had like your house band doing that as well.
Yeah, so to tell you a bit about that one, you know that I'm here. That was off my Sonic Love album, I think it
Oh
was.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's more of an acoustic release. I kind of wanted to go for a more gothic kind of vibe and more haunting. So it was kind of that whole album's got like a haunting kind of vibe effect kind of throughout the album, and it's kind of a live album because most of it was performed live, but not to an audience, but recorded live kind of thing. It's just a different vibe, and yeah, it's more the Matt Gothic stuff. I guess when I identified as Matt Gothic more than Metal Matt,
That
but
Gothic then, so that was your sort of old name that you used
it
before Metal.
was, yeah, yeah. But I like those days. I'm going back that way a little bit.
Maybe bring the name back again or something,
I
eh?
might, I might. I used the Metal Matt because it was nicknamed to me by Rob Halford of Judas Priest. So I thought, well, how can I not use that as my stage name? Uh,
Yeah, you'll be the next priest to work in the next Rob Halford when
no,
he's not around.
thanks. It's very
Uh,
kind. Thank you.
so,
Yeah, but
uh,
yeah,
it's a great name. It's definitely a great name. I like both names because
yeah. I think
I
Metal
think I
Matt's
found
good.
discovering you on social media back in the day, and you were called Matt Gothic. I think when I discovered you a couple of years back on,
Yeah, yeah. I probably was when you first interviewed me or something. Or it was, yeah,
yeah, it was
yeah.
a couple of years back or something. I
Yeah,
discovered,
it was. That was the early days. I kind of
and
yeah, but it's a good song anyway. You know that I'm here, like you say. It's kind of a bit different, bit
yeah,
acoustic kind
it's
of
a
vibe.
simple song as well. Like
It is. It's nice. It's just nice, easy listening kind of. And again, that's kind of a bit of a love song, kind of. And I write from experience generally, so most of the stuff in these songs are like from experiences that I went through. So when I think about these songs, it reminds me of the person or whatever that I was kind of singing about at the time. So I kind of go right back there when I'm thinking about what these songs are about. I kind of yeah, it takes me back to what I was writing about at the time. But yeah, time goes on, so it's kind of it's weird to think back. But that's why writing songs I find quite therapeutic. 'Cause it's like whatever I'm going through, I often put it into songs, and it's almost like a memory bank of memories and experiences. And I've only got to listen to these songs,
yeah,
2 or 3 years ago, and it takes me back to what I was thinking at
I've
that
heard
time.
the I haven't heard it for a long time, so
No, no, yeah, give it a listen. It's I've re-uploaded it on the channel. Yeah,
do
it's a
you
nice little song, really.
still play it still?
I used to always play at the open mics. Yeah, I used to play it, and I do a different open mic now than the one with that house band. I had a bit of a falling out with the house band that I used to jam with, so I jam at a different open mic, and yeah, I usually play You Know That I'm Here, though I haven't done it for a while. I do it, yeah, different open mic.
That's a
Golden
shame about the fallout you had with the band.
Say that again.
That's a bit of a shame with the fallout of the band you had.
Yeah, happens. A lot of egos and things in music, and it's just that stuff happens. But it was fun days. I look back at it fondly. That was Mr. Wolf's. Yeah, they were really talented guys, and they added a lot to the songs that we used to do.
What does Mr. Wolf, is that the name of the house band?
The venue, yeah, they were a house band for that venue, so Mr. Wolf's. But yeah, they were good. They play really well, and we had some fun. And hopefully, it was a lot of years ago now, kind of 2 or 3 years, so it feels long.
So they're an open mic band, so they can probably they can probably collaborate with some other.
They do their own stuff. They were only playing with me at the open mics to jam with me, but we definitely had a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, they do their own music and stuff, and we all do our own thing. So but yeah, hopefully one day I'll get back and jam with them, because I don't hold grudges. I look back at those days fondly, and
So they'll be missing you pretty much probably as well, and they maybe just feel that was a.
Who knows? But I enjoy the new open mic I do anyway, Golden Lion. I don't do it that much anymore because the last time I went, it was like stupidly strict COVID rules, so it was a bit hard to enjoy. To be fair, so you couldn't stand anywhere near the bar, and you couldn't enter unless all this stuff, and I just put me off a bit. So I kind of, but I don't know when they'll be back on anyway.
Yeah, same fun here, same math side as well. Not been to any gigs or.
No, suck the life out of stuff a bit, I think hopefully things will return soon and we can get back rocking away,
Get back working and seeing our bands again.
That's it, that's what it's all about.
Some of my homie bands up here as well that I've not seen for the past nearly 10 months.
Crazy, yeah.
Crazy how long it takes, and you just don't get that contact with them as much as I was. So the sooner this goes, the sooner they play a gig again, it'll be awesome to see them again. I think
they'll be
again.
Some bands again, It's been way too long. I can't even remember the last gig I went to.
I think it was about March. The last one I went to was Testament and Exodus and Death Angel. That was a
nice
gig. It's pretty sweet on thrash metal. It's not. That's
quite fun.
It's a kick-ass gig anyway.
Nice. At least it ended on a good one. I think Steel Panther was one of my last ones actually, so that was early this year. I think I might have seen New Year's Day or something, because they were in town, and I thought, why not? So I went and saw them. That was probably the last one. Not long before the first lockdown, I think. So yeah, that was at the Fleece in Bristol. That was a cool little venue when it was open.
Does Bristol have a decent music scene there, metal scene or rock?
Bristol, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm not sure about metal scene, but music scene, yeah, I think it's more of a jazz kind of city. Jazz blues goes down really well in Bristol. Funky kind of stuff. I don't see a lot of metal going on, so that's why I'm trying to bring it to Bristol.
You're the man that bring
the metal to Bristol. Yeah.
Maybe bring Judas Priest on your sort of powers.
That's it. Yeah.
Your firepower, I guess, if you have it.
Yeah.
And that's a good name. It's a good explanation to make it, because firepower was Judas Priest's last album.
That's right. Yeah.
So we'll have all the fire in his hands, pretty much.
Yeah. I think I remember.
It's a great album. I mean, I like the track. I think I played that on one of the shows that I played your track maybe a couple of years back. I mean, not played it for a while. But see, Bristol itself as a city, is there anything to do?
Yeah, yeah, it's a nice city, Bristol. It's yeah, when you can actually enjoy it, and in lockdown and all this stuff, it's yeah, there's a lot going for it. Museums and just nice parks, and
Yeah, nice
city
couple of days.
itself is quite nice. It's a nice city. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's quite just a cool place to explore. It's kind of alternative. I'd call it a fairly alternative city. Though it's getting a bit hipsterish now. It's not quite as alternative as it used to be. It's just kind of yeah, hipsters everywhere. But apart from that, it's pretty good.
Mm.
But
They
yeah,
have, they must have like Gothic night goths or something that used to hang.
it's more like hippie-ish people, fake hippies. I don't know, but you know, all these kind of hippie types. I don't think a lot of them are genuinely very hippie style and kind of mindset these days, but they dress like they are. So yeah, you see a lot of kind of alternative type people and a lot of hipsters, and that's about it.
One of the cities I've never been before myself.
Worth a
So
visit. Yeah, it's definitely worth a visit. I'd
yeah, it's a big city, isn't it?
fairly. Yeah, it's not huge, but it's all right. Yeah, it's big enough for sure.
So it's great. See, it goes quite far. It goes
It
quite
is. I
far.
mean, there's outskirts of Bristol. It does go on, but the main city itself is kind of a not huge, but it's pretty big. Yeah, it's kind of
You
there's
never know.
docks and there's the main part as well. So it's kind of two separate bits, you know, to Bristol. And then there's Clifton, the posh area, which is kind of different again. So there's kind of three main bits really. There's the
Mm.
Broadmead area, which is shops and stuff. And there's the docks area, and there's Clifton Way, which has got the suspension bridge, which is quite well known for Bristol.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
the one that I see on the
yeah,
travel
so it's kind of
pictures.
yeah three main spots, I guess, for tourists and stuff. Yeah,
And that must be the bridge that goes into the city then, the Clifton Bridge.
yeah. I think it goes out of Bristol and it comes into Clifton, kind of which is just getting into Bristol, yeah, kind of thing. Yeah. You've
Yeah,
got the
that's
zoo. There's a zoo as well. The zoo's pretty nice.
that's the only places I know. That's the only thing I know about Bristol is the Clifton Bridge. That's it. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a nice bridge.
it's architectural. Was it not a guy called was it not a guy called Brunel or something that
That's
designs?
right. Yeah, Brunel. I think
He's quite famous in that side of the
he is. He's big known in Bristol. There's lots of pictures and stuff of him about. And yeah, he did quite a lot. Yeah, he built the suspension bridge and the I think he built the SS Great Britain, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Did he was he not the guy that designed London Paddington Station?
Maybe he did a lot of stuff. I think. Yeah, yeah. He's well.
Yeah, because Paddington Station's very designed by someone that I think
Yeah, he might
that
have. Yeah,
I don't know actually. Don't
I
I
don't
hear
know,
that name, that's all.
but
It's a good
someone.
name.
Yeah,
It's like Robert Stevenson or something as well. He's another sort of railway engineer and stuff like that. Engineers back in these 1800s.
yeah.
And so, I mean, they do some great stuff, and that's how all that stuff's history pretty much, and how they're famous pretty much
Yeah.
because of what they did. It'll still stand in about 100 years' time. People will be saying that still. And Benel designed that bridge and designed,
That's right. Yeah. It's cool.
yeah, it's great stuff. So are you okay to start asking questions now?
Of course. Yeah. Fire away.
Yeah, I've got fire away now. So it's not really like band thing. I don't think you were in a band or something back in. Have you ever played in any bands or that? And
Yeah. I've done a couple of bands, but they weren't like bands that sort of went anywhere. It was I I think when I was a kid, like really young, at school, I did a talent show and I formed a band with like my classmates, a couple of classmates. So that was like really early on. But then after that, when I was a teenager, which wasn't that long ago, I did a band a few years back with my friend on drums, and we kind of got a bassist in. And stuff, and we used to jam a lot, but we used to just jam in rehearsal rooms really, and didn't really go anywhere, but it was good fun.
Yeah.
And then I went to a college for a bit, Access to Music, which wasn't that good, but I formed a band there, and that was fun. We kind of had a proper band, you know. I didn't used to sing as much back then. It was just guitar, so I used to just play guitar, and we'd jam like Breaking the Law and
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson and different things. We jam, and yeah, we did do a little gig. And yeah, we kind of had fun with this gig. It was only a small little gig. I think we only did one gig the whole year. These college courses are pretty rubbish. Every time I've done, like I did a media course and a college course, and with media we didn't make hardly any films. We only did one film right at the end of the course, and it was the same with this music one. We did one gig the whole year that the course lasted. So yeah, I don't really rate the college courses I was on, but I did have a band, yeah, for a bit. I was the guitarist in the band, and I think there was another guitarist and a drummer, and we used to switch members around a lot and stuff. But it was all right. It was all right.
So we sort of the fun. We sort of fun, I guess, and all these. I know there's some fun and difficult things between the bands and my perspective.
Yeah.
I had that thing. I was praying in the rehearsal room, and I was trying to get bands going on for a couple of years. But well, first I did get a few bands. Few the bands I didn't go on very well, and usually just like your sort of memories you get on joinmyband.com, just your sort of and your sort of sympathise with form bands. It's not really ideal in my opinion. So
no, things
something.
do go wrong in bands and personalities and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah, things do. That's why I try and stick to solo. I don't really. I enjoy playing in a band, and the open mics are best for me, where people just get up and jam. Sometimes sometimes there's a drummer and a guitarist, and I sing some Radiohead, Creep or something at an open mic.
Yeah.
That gives me that band feel when I need it. And when I used to jam at Mr. Wolf's, that was like a proper band feeling, you know.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I'm quite happy just doing music videos independently, and I'm more of a studio band, you know, kind of like.
Because you get these things that happen at people exit in the band and moving around. You have to kind of get someone else to join in. It's not
that
like
does happen. Yeah, a lot of people leave and join, and actually I did try and join a band back a bit. I just remembered there was another band not so long ago, maybe last year. I nearly had a band going, and I put an ad out for a band, and I jammed with this guitarist guy, and we got on pretty well, but it was a really slow process, and I think I ended up just packing it in because it was like it wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, I nearly started a band then, but I think I realised I preferred doing independent stuff, just playing my own stuff. And although I do like bands, I do enjoy the band feel, but I don't enjoy the process, and I don't kind of seek all that effort of a band. I prefer to put my effort into my own music and just doing the best stuff I can.
Yeah, it takes its toll a bit in the long term as well. I mean, I've been doing it for like the past 4 or 5 years, and it's never.
It does for sure. It's quite time consuming.
You just go through.
Energy.
Go through members. You just go through one member after another one after another. Pretty much.
That's it. Yeah.
It's not really a good thing.
It's not great. No, it's not.
And that's a kind of packed in the band stuff now. I mean, if you've ever seen. If you've maybe not seen on my channel, I've got we did then we did get a band going, and then got ourselves rehearsing, and
you have got a video, have you?
Yeah,
I'll check it out. Yeah, no, that'd be good. Yeah.
A band's called Midge, and you check out my channel. Midge is a band, so MIDGE. It's just Midge.
Yeah, that's a pretty good name.
That was
sweet.
That was in our band. That was the closest we actually got to playing.
I'll check it out. Yeah.
just the matter of getting through members again. As one of my friends is on the radio station as well, and he was a singer.
Oh, off the
He,
radio station.
yeah, off the same station as he does a metal show too. I
Oh,
mean,
does it? Oh, cool.
yeah, and he plays a lot of metal bands like power metal stuff. He's a bit,
Oh, right.
but I reckon he likes the same stuff as you as well because he's a
Does
bit
it?
traditional
Oh,
as well. He likes sort of high vocals,
yeah. You gotta love the high voices. That's
so he doesn't mind
my thing.
traditional metal. He likes power
Mm.
metal. I think that kind of falls in the same weight as well. Power metal and traditional metal. It's got that sort of speed metal beat.
Yeah, yeah.
That sort of do.
I know. Yeah, yeah. That kind of speed
That's the
stuff.
snow
Yeah,
beat. It's a great sound. Some thrash metal has that as well. It's
yeah.
kind
True.
of they're kind of in the same circle in a way as well.
Mm.
With just in a way they just have a bit of traditional sort of sounding going on. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that was the closest we got as a gig as a band. We played one gig at one of the venues called Opium in town here, of course, in Edinburgh. Opium Edinburgh is one of our sort of main venues.
No,
We don't
cool.
have any big venues at all in the
Oh,
city.
yeah.
No, we don't get any big. We don't really get very many big names at our city as much.
Ah, that's a shame.
And
Yeah.
so, but we do have liquid rooms that's just hired out for like bands, bigger bands that come along now and again. So like Machine Head and Machine Head, Skin Dread, and I think Dragon Force plays the liquid rooms. But
Ah,
it's
so you've had a
used
few
as
pretty big names.
it's never used as a like a venue for bands, just in general for like bands like our bands, our local bands, our bands that just played at Opium and
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Bannerman's is our venue in the city as well. So
Mm.
we place called the Cowgate, which is just one of the sort of areas in the old town, pretty much. It's a wee sort of undergroundy. It's a wee sort of row. The road is kind of down quite below on the main street in the town, so it's. I mean, it's quite high when you're on the bridge and that, so it goes under a few bridges and that, so it's
Ah,
quite a deep street. But I mean, it's really nice. I mean,
yeah. That's good.
got the West Market as well. It's just sort of the main hub for all the
Yeah,
shops.
it does sound pretty cool down there. I'll have to head on up soon and yeah,
Yeah,
check it out.
when you come up, then
That's
we'll
it. Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
probably more likely to be there when you come anyway. When you get off
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got a train or something or
Definitely, yeah.
at all on those places. They're just in the city itself, so
That'd be cool. Yeah, yeah.
great. It's great stuff. But yeah, that was like one gig that we played. So we had Ozzy Pete, we had Cormac, which is our second guitarist, and we actually met a gig together as well.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
we've got Dave, and there's a drummer, and I don't know if you see a glimpse of him on the video, but he's got the long blonde hair. I've had
Oh,
him on a radio show too, so
I think I might have seen something, a picture or something back a bit of
yeah,
some.
that's Dave. That'll be Dave because he's got the long blonde hair. I've had him
Yeah,
on
yeah.
things as well. He's in a few bands himself, that's the way.
Oh,
So
good. Yeah, I think that's
plays
the
in a
way. If
couple
you're in a
of
few
bands.
bands, at least you
He
can have
plays
one
like
of the bands take off there, and I think it's good
he,
to
he's
have.
probably one of the main drummers in the city. And everyone kind of accommodates him as a drummer, so he could be
Yeah.
like doing other band projects apart from like one band. So he was our drummer.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And we have a bass player as well. It was kind of temporary. He actually was a session bass player. He wasn't really part of the band as much, so he was just playing for us, covering us.
Yeah, just filled in kind of thing. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the only game we played. So unfortunately, it was just the end of the road for a band, Ridge. Unfortunately, and it was just that and that. I mean, I don't know. I think I've just moved on from the band stuff now. It's just getting too much.
Yeah.
Getting too much to
Got your
handle.
radio show, haven't you? At least you can
Yeah.
play your energy
Yeah.
into that, and yeah,
Radio shows fill time now, so I'll be doing that.
yeah, it's a good way of doing
that
it. Isn't it? Yeah, at least that's kind of good passion to have.
And especially for tours as well, which is another great thing because it's downloaded it now. I think some of the presenters might have left before the lockdown or something as well. Since the studio is closed at the moment, we're doing our shows from home and that. Maybe some of our presenters are just locked away and we've got some space in that for 2 hour session shows and that. So I think that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've been doing 2 hours of metal, rock and metal, and Yeah, I'm playing a lot of bands. Some promoters are getting in touch with me. Some great music as well, which is another great thing. I'm getting loads of promoters
Oh
saying
yeah, oh brilliant.
had
Yeah.
to even keep on top of them as well because I get so many emails, getting sort of
Yeah.
bombarded with lots of emails from these
Brilliant.
promoters. I'll just come around eventually, come around and that eventually and see the emails and then try and get them on a
That's
great.
it. Fair play. At least it's taken off. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's been happening for the past. It's been happening for a while now, which is a great thing. I mean, loads of people are going to know my show that way as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Was
yeah.
all these bands are probably spreading word and mouth to each other. All these bands that have never played in the show before.
I know. Yeah,
It's going to be something that will spread
that
some love.
will be fun. Yeah, yeah.
And I think loads of people say, know my station now. I mean, I'm just kind of doing it for myself at the moment, doing the
That's
shows,
it. Yeah.
sending it in to them to play it live. And still my metal show. I've been doing it for the past 3-4 years now.
It's crazy. Yeah, that is a
It's
long
out.
time.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a studio again at some point. We just need to just see how this goes. I think when we'll get back in around and we'll get a studio back again, we'll get some bands interviewed in the studio again. And
That'd be good. Yeah. Once things start getting back to normal, I think
yeah,
it'll feel a lot better. And kind of
the studio was great actually. The one that we were at, and
was there.
nice soundproofed, and it was nice, and it was pretty big as well.
Mm.
And the room is probably as big as the house pretty much. It's
Wow, that is
bigger
big.
than this anyway. Bigger than my room. Big
Yeah.
house probably altogether. If you knock all the walls down, it's a big.
Mm.
So I mean, yeah, it's great. It's a great studio. I mean, you got this massive power in it, massive window that you can see throughout as well, which is nice. And everyone seemed to like that as well. And I had bands on. They were saying it was a really nice, spacious place.
Mm.
It's a nice office building. We'll have to see. Hopefully, we'll be back there because it's a great.
Hopefully, yeah. Fingers
Um,
crossed. Just,
we'll just have to do it from home at the moment. So that's the thing. So
yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but at least you're still going.
yeah. So and as I say, we'll come back to bands then. So that's great. So it's just like you've had some ups and downs as well, and I've had some ups and downs with bands.
Mm.
I think it's just the way out because I don't think I have any. My school didn't have any musicians either. It went to bands, so it was a bit of a.
Yeah, it does
Mess.
happen. I think, yeah, I gave up on that kind of stuff.
And then I went to college as well, but I didn't do any music at college. But I went and met some musicians in college.
Mm.
Kind of getting in, some. I met a few
Yeah, it's nice to
nice.
get to know. Yeah, I did enjoy
Yeah,
the other musicians when I was at college. It was nice to get to
yeah.
know these people a bit, you know.
And I wasn't in the music. I wasn't actually in the music. I wasn't actually doing any music at college. I wasn't in the music. I wasn't
No,
doing.
wouldn't you?
No, I wasn't doing any music at all there. I went and did
Wow.
a computing course.
Yeah.
I was at two campuses. I went to another campus. This is a slightly bigger campus. And when I left school, I went to this campus. It's this fairly big. Well, it's huge actually because it's one of the main. I think it's maybe one of the biggest colleges in Edinburgh, maybe. So like
Oh, wow.
it's like on 9 floors or something. It's a fairly tall college.
Mm.
And so yeah, I was there for a couple of years, and then I went to a smaller college. It's just we're kind of connected. We've got something called Edinburgh. It's just called Edinburgh College, which is the name of the campuses, and it's not like the specific name for the colleges or independent. I think a couple of years ago, but now they're all part of Edinburgh College now, which is sort of the main college hub in Edinburgh now.
Mm.
So yeah, I went to a couple of them and did a few courses. I went to do a course. I think the first course is a sort of course at a West School. It's a sort of just an easy build up to doing college, I think, because it was kind of similar what I was doing at school in a way as well. I mean, it wasn't like I don't know how I could explain it because it wasn't the best. I mean, it was alright. I could just get into used to it and that as well, but it's difficult to explain if I was used to it or not. Because I like course. Just couldn't tell. I just didn't enjoy it as much. So
Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? College isn't
yeah,
always great.
yeah,
You
and
know,
I dropped out
everyone's a
probably.
big fan, really.
I went to college for a few years, but then I decided to drop out my computing course because it was a bit hard for me to
Yeah, that's fair
do
enough, isn't
it.
it? Yeah, why not?
I never even went back to college since then. So what I was just doing is I was actually getting to that stage. I was starting bands, and then obviously no success, unfortunately. There was a there was a band that was there was a rehearsal space I was doing a couple of years ago with a drummer, and that I was doing a wee jamming rehearsal space with a drummer, but never only happened for like a month, and then it stopped. That was another sort of hope opportunity, I guess, as you say, but never really took off. So
Yeah, yeah.
so we actually had a demo recorded for that as well. I think I played that
Yeah.
on the radio show. It's a bit of a black metal demo, so we did have a
Oh,
singer,
nice.
and we did have a, a, a drummer, a guitarist, not a guitarist, one of our bands from Edinburgh, and plays guitar for us as well. He's in a big band. He's in a well-known band from here as well. I
Was
mean,
it?
yeah, it was a good opportunity, but never really took off. So we just
Yeah.
recorded like one demo, and then we can
Dang.
just pull the plug out from there, and then it never.
Never mind. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's been a good question about band stuff. I mean, yeah, so it's quite good you run bands and then focus on your solo stuff is maybe the
That's
best
it.
option.
Yeah.
I do agree because people can play music. Um, maybe like lots of other musicians, like our musicians that do sort of ambient stuff or sort of one man stuff as well. Like we listen to some ambient music as well, and it's always a nice feeling as well. And you can see a lot of these a lot of these ideas that these people come out with is amazing, and
Yeah.
you still realise what they come out with if you're in a band, and it's kind of like just hit and miss. And then if you're like a one man band and or one man
Yeah,
just
being solo can be quite good. I
so
mean, it
yeah,
gives you an
that's
opportunity to just do everything that's on your mind and
on your
do
pace
it
and that
all
as well.
yourself, and kind of, yeah, just kind of put all your energy into your own music, and at least it's kind
Absolutely.
of quite pure then. It's kind of how you want it to be and your vision, and I think that's what I enjoy about being solo.
Absolutely, that's the same. I mean,
Yeah,
so
good.
ambient music is kind of in that way as well. Like ambient music, you listen to that, and there's like one man musician, one man
Is
solo
that, yeah,
thing to do. There's some nice music, sober music to listen to as well. I've been listening
yeah,
to
yeah.
band stuff, and it's just nice. And it's opposite from the metal, of course. It's just ambient, general ambient, down
That's
tempo stuff.
cool.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
good stuff. It's really good stuff.
yeah.
Um, I'm not sure if you'd enjoy about that, but that's something
I
I've.
don't know. Yeah, I'd have to listen. Yeah, I don't know.
It's quite techy in that. That's the bounce all done in computers and that. It's
Oh, is it?
yeah. Seen
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Might.
like software and that, like Pro Tools or Ableton or something. They just do that, and it's like beats and
Mm.
that, drum beats, just automated. It's computer stuff. It's good stuff. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
in
Different way
fact,
of doing it, isn't it? It's good
actually
people trying different ways of kind of.
it's actually amazing some of the stuff I've been listening to. I've had a wee sort of research of some ambient stuff I've been listening to for a
Mm.
few months, and there's some great stuff out there, and I've enjoyed a bit of that.
Yeah, I will check it out. Yeah,
I need to suggest you some of that as well, at the end
that's
of the
it.
week.
Yeah, I will do that after the interview. Maybe you can send me some over.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
hopefully
know we're
you enjoy it. It's
getting
all.
up for an hour now, so I don't know how long your YouTube will upload this video.
Does it cannot it can upload as many as ones that can pretty much.
Can it? Yeah, yeah.
It's,
'Cause I know sometimes there's a limit on. Yeah,
yeah,
on.
that's I think that was years ago. I
No,
think that
was it? That's good then.
10 years
I
ago
don't
something. It
upload
was in
much long these
10-minute
days.
limit or something. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's quite surprising because they look back in the day, like 10 years ago, people were only like uploading videos 10 minutes long,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah. I don't see a whole lot of long stuff on there, so yeah, at least
yeah, I think it's unlimited now, so I think you can upload for about an hour or 2 hours, 3 hours.
that's good. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's a good thing
yeah.
now.
I could probably give it another 20 minutes or so. I got to go make some tea in a minute, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been a great interview. But I'll ask you a few
that's
more
been fun.
questions.
Yeah, if you got any more questions, fire away, and I'll try and answer them
Yeah,
a bit faster because
yeah, we'll go through a bit quicker. And so, do you have any hobbies and interests you enjoy?
um, hobbies and interests.
Just maybe
Yeah, I
non
mean,
music stuff.
photography I used to do a lot of, and I still dabble in that. Yeah, a lot of kind of reptile photography, and I did a little dragonfly documentary not that long ago. I think this year.
Really?
Yeah, but I think I've lost it along with my YouTube channel, unfortunately. Yeah,
Did
it's
it,
probably
did it
gone.
get out there on TV or something like
No, it's just for my old YouTube channel.
just yourself did it?
Yeah, just for my YouTube channel. Yeah, it was kind of just a little documentary about photographing dragonflies. So I like doing kind of that kind of thing, the odd little wildlife film
Oh, the
and
insects and that as well.
photography
Nature and that.
particularly. Yeah, insects are really cool, but reptiles are my main. I always did a lot of reptile photography. There's some lizards, wild in Bristol, viviparous common lizards, which I photograph, and snakes and stuff, adders, grass snakes, smooth snake. Managed to spot a smooth snake once, which is one of the rarest snakes in Britain. I've only seen one of them once, but I got a nice photo of one of them once. So yeah, just reptiles. I always enjoy photographing. I love movies. It's not really a hobby, I guess, but I do watch a lot of movies.
Can be a hobby if you say
Yeah,
games as well.
that's it. Nature walks and things, and just
Yeah,
stuff like that. That's just my hobbies, really. Yeah, just going for nice walks and yeah,
yeah, same for me, and I enjoy a bit of walking as well, and
yeah.
it's a sort of I'm guessing it helps my body to open up,
Yeah, it's like a
sort of
meditation thing. It's quite a
meditation.
cleansing. Yeah, it's nice to get out in nature, sort of away from technology and things.
Yeah,
Just
gets a bit you get a wee bit bombarded with all the stuff
you
on
do. You feel
on
free when you're
stuff.
kind of
It
just
gets
walking on the
this
hills.
gets repetitive a bit pretty much, and you want to kind of
Yeah.
not be like that. Well, if you see something you want to see, then
Mm.
yeah, but you can just watch it in your own time. You don't want to kind of watch it now or that or something.
Yeah.
I feel what you mean. It's a bit of a hit and miss. I mean, I enjoy get myself out there for walks, and I feel a wee bit better when I come back as well. It
Mm.
refreshes my brain in a wee bit and that. And yeah, and I enjoy a bit of video games and that as well, like PlayStation or Xbox. People, if you want to say, and
Yeah, I never got into gaming much, but I did as a kid. I used to enjoy playing the odd game around a friend's house or something, Grand Theft Auto or something, with
yeah, we're saying that
Nintendo dogs and stuff. Um,
the other day.
yeah,
It's great. It's a great game, Grand Theft Auto. We'll just have to see the next one that comes out maybe in the coming year.
yeah.
That'll be on the new console, of course. The
Mm.
only the only thing I saw with the new consoles on a GTA 5 game. This is a bit shit because they released that game like 7 years ago, and I don't know why they want to promote it again for the next.
No, who knows?
And so they want to have the next gen game pretty much for the new console. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Not a release game of the last pretty much.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, gaming PS4 is all right.
That's cool. Yeah,
Uh,
it's good to have a
uh,
hobby.
just getting everyone will be getting their new consoles pretty much at this time at the moment because that's
Yeah, I bet
it
with all this
came out.
lockdown, they haven't got much else to do. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's just going to be going out there, getting a new console, and then play it pretty much. Just
Mm,
see how much has changed since the PS1 and Xbox and PS1 or the
that's it. Yeah.
was in that these consoles when we were kids and that pretty much was the bane of the thing. They were pretty much probably the high tech back then. And then
Yeah.
just it's out quite a shame now. And you just get you get what these games back in the day, you know what I mean, draw distance and that. It's always a thing. Kind of find I quite find things quite funny things that appear and disappear and draw distance. It's quite funny to see all
Mm,
that as well.
yeah.
And you just sometimes you just don't realise where it's coming from as well, and you hit
I
it.
know. Yeah.
That's the right
Yeah.
games back then, like driving games. I used to play a driving game. I can't remember what it's called, but
Yeah.
you draw distance.
Driving ones are always fun. I think that's what I used to enjoy when I did have a go on some.
Yeah,
Yeah, The
And
driving.
the draw distance too short that you realise you'll hit the vehicle or something because that's how short the draw distance is. So that's the thing. But yeah, enjoy games, enjoy nature, and I don't watch very much movies. I used to watch. I watched Robot Wars. Robot Wars is great, and
Robot Wars, yeah.
yeah, that's back.
Vaguely
That was a great
remember
program.
it. Yeah, they build their own robots, wouldn't they? And they fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they pretty much fight in the
Yeah,
ring,
that
and
sounds
Great
cool. I've
Charles fine
definitely
as well.
seen it at some point, yeah.
Yeah, Hypnodisc, and there must have been some robots born around here as well. Probably yeah, there's a lot in UK robots. And Panic Attack. There's so many names. So it's kind of like metal bands in the way they've got quite a name for themselves as well on the show. That's how good it was. But yeah, we'll move on to the next question then.
Yeah.
So what guitars and amps and that gear do you use? What's that?
Guitars and amps. I use a Vox VT120, I think it is, and I use that to sing through and to play through on guitar. Yeah, so that's just coming quite handy. I've had it since I was a kid or teenager. Or something. Got it for Christmas or something, I think, one year, and still using it now. I'm not one for having loads of gear, It's kind of like fisherman, You don't need all the gear to catch a fish, So I've just got
Yeah.
the few things I need. Get by with that. I like my music a bit raw anyway. I'm not interested in being too technical all the time. I think it's all about having a good song, and good songs are what's important to me, and writing good songs. So I don't go overboard on kit. I've just got a couple of guitars. I only use one really these days, which is my Jackson Rhodes, which I've got here.
And there's that sounds like a metal guitar, isn't it? Wow.
It's nice, yeah. I stuck a fight sticker on it.
Is that integrated into the body?
No, it's just a sticker that JJ from Fight sent me.
Because it feels like it fits. It feels like it fits in the guitar.
It does, yeah. He's the bassist of Fight, and he sent that.
Wow.
Bit, which was cool. So
that's a pretty metal guitar as well. I mean,
it is. Oh, and I got that on the back.
EMP, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. You must order for the EMP, of course.
Yeah, I must have at some point. I don't, but I must have.
Yeah, I do that now and again. You get all
yeah. I think I probably used to.
So you're quite simplified. You don't
pretty
have
much. Yeah, keep it simple.
That. Not like lots of bands have the sort of recording stuff. Studios that have all the gear pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I have some gear, but I think I don't really want to do what everyone else is doing. I think I want to take it back to the roots a bit, and I think people have got to learn. Not everything has to be like absolute studio slick kind of stuff to be good music. I think too many bands go overboard on the production, and I think you can have a good song whether it's produced basic or not. And I like to mix it up. I try and get stuff sounding as good as I can, and the other producers I work with, like the guy in New York and stuff like that, we get it as good as we can. But we're just independent in what we do. And like I say, Changes in You was the one song which I've done properly how everyone else does it, and it's nice and it shows it's really good quality. But I'm still proud of all my other songs, which might be considered more basic in production, although not all of them seem so basic. A lot of the synth stuff I think sounds pretty professional and kind of slick, even though it wasn't done sort of in the studio and personally in the studio. It was done virtually kind of thing. He made the music in New York, and I sent the vocals over, and he kind of mixed it in with his programs. And I think he has a
good hands as well.
Say that again.
You get a helping hand from him as well.
Because we kind of sometimes I'll tell him what I'm going for, and sometimes he just have some music for me, and I'll say, hey, let's have a look what we can do, and I'll write some lyrics to it and stuff. But I think Wake Up, I think I kind of told him how I wanted it, and he kind of made the music, and I wrote all the lyrics, and yeah, sent over the vocals, and yeah, I think he's got kit. He's got the kit, so he's doing it fairly
Yeah.
professional. He does it pretty professional. So the songs I've done with him, which are quite a lot of them, sound pretty professional. And then Changes in You, I think is like next level professional because it was done actually personally in the studio. I went into a studio and did it all, and it was that as like next level. But yeah, most of the stuff I
Yeah.
pretty professional sounding these days. The main tracks. So yeah, and like I say, it's all about having a good song. I think create good music and it's fine. I think as much as it's nice to be able to have all the kit and all that stuff, if you can, you can, and it doesn't take away from your musicianship. You just got to put your efforts into making good songs and it'll show.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
would. So that sounds good then. Sounds good then, pal. It's good seeing that guitar and good.
yeah.
I don't have much gear on show as well. I have two guitars that are on in my room. It's basically they're basically on two stands on top
Oh,
of the stuff,
nice.
so that's it. But I don't have anything really much to show musical wise. So I have an EFP and Guy Hawkes guitar.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice guitar, and I got an Ibanez, and it's a black one. So don't know the
Yeah,
models.
I've got an Ibanez actually. I'll show you my Ibanez. I don't use it anymore, so it's just lying in a corner. I think one of the
Nice guitar that
inputs,
is.
I think this always messed up and
Yeah,
crackled and stuff, and I gave up on this guitar. Seeing as I don't play guitar all that much now, I just stick to my Jackson, but I always like the look of this guitar. It's a
it's a,
rare model, I think, by
it's a sick
Ibanez.
guitar.
Yeah, it was a rare kind of model.
Great stuff.
LG series. It's very dusty, as you can see.
Been sitting in. I'm just been sitting in the cupboard a while or
It
something.
has, yeah. Well out of tune.
That's been like that for a while then.
No, not for a while.
Yeah, but yeah, I own a few I own a few other guitars in here as well, and I have them hidden in this cupboard. I've got two guitar cases, and I've got a VC Rich guitar, which I don't use, and it's a guitar that I bought, I think it's one of my first or second guitars, and then I think there's another one I got as well. I don't know the other one, a Les Paul, and
Nice, yeah, Les Pauls are cool. Yeah, I think Changes in You, I think, might have been recorded on a Les Paul. Yeah, he played guitar on that track. The producer, James Joseph from the open mic, who produced Changes in You with me and stuff. Yeah, I think he was using a Les Paul maybe, or some make. He had a couple of guitars, but yeah, might have been a Les Paul. But yeah,
that's
so that was cool. He
that's great. Great,
the
Matt.
guitar bits on that one.
Yeah, well, I'll ask you another few more questions now until we wind this off. And you got
Yeah.
any music on the way then? If you got any new music?
Well, I've just released a track called Cyber War, featuring Tim Ripper Owens of Judas Priest. He sang with Judas Priest
Yeah,
back in the 90s.
I think I just seen that on each day.
Yeah,
Actually, I might
he's
even,
singing on my latest track there, and I did a track back with him back a bit, Razor Edge. I've recycled some of the vocals on this new song because they fit in well. So I've just put a little bit of Ripper's vocals and some vocals I didn't use into this new song, Cyber War. We've also got Razor Edge, which I've re-recorded this week as well. And I've called it on the Razor Edge now. I thought I'd just mix it up a bit. So it's back on because my old one got deleted off YouTube with the channel. But I've re-uploaded so the two Ripper songs that we've done. So we got on the Razor Edge, and we've got Cyber War, and I also work with this girl off Instagram, Sophia, Metal and Liberty on Instagram. She's really into her metal. She loves metal and produces her own music and all this stuff. And yeah, I thought I'd give her a little go on this track and let her work with Ripper because
That's good.
she was a fan of Ripper and his Ice Earth stuff, and I thought, yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to have her on board. She's a great player, and I thought it'd be nice to have a cool project like that, and
That'll be
something
fun.
to put both of our names to, that we've done a song with Ripper, and yeah, so that was cool. And I'm also doing a song, more of a synthy song, which I'm hoping to get one of the ex Bronxy Beats singers on. I think he was the singer before Jimmy Somerville. It was John Foster. He sang before
Jimmy did.
Jimmy. Yeah, he did a cool song. I really love the songs he did. I think he only did a few songs with them, but he did my favourite Bronxy Beat song, which is "Hit That Perfect Beat," which is like "Hit that perfect beat, boy." It's like nice catchy.
Yeah, I think I've heard that one. So
Yeah, it's a
I
good
heard
one.
Tell Me Why or something as
I'm
well.
hoping he's going to guest vocal on one of my songs. So I've asked him, and he's going to see what he can do. So that's something that might be coming out. But I've got the Ripper songs out at the moment. Like I say, the songs with Ripper on, and they're on Spotify. And I got my new channel, metalmatt, and I'm doing projects with Terry from Las Vegas. She's someone I've done with for quite a while now. She's a fan and a good friend now, and we do songs together, more covers kind of thing. We do like a lot of duets and covers, and I know I sent you one the other day.
Yeah, I think that's seen that cover you did of the Commodores then the Commodores.
Yeah, good fun that one. We did what song was it?
That was actually great. That was a fantastic cover. It was actually well done. The vocals are spot on as well.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you were great on that.
Thanks. Yeah,
it's a different vibe to it as well.
It was different. Yeah, I think Terry was really cool. She did a great kind of. It's great to duet with someone, and have I like the male female vocal thing. It's nice to sing with a woman.
Yeah,
it gives a nice kind of feel to the song. But yeah, I think she really did a great job, and yeah, it was good to.
I think that'd be great. I think that'd be great to work with her then, Terry.
Yeah.
I reckon she'll listen to this, no doubt, as well.
It's good. Yeah, I enjoy it because we do a lot of different covers together.
Yeah.
So it's nice to challenge ourselves and try different things. And
I'm definitely asking about Terry as well, because I know I've not spoke to her since about one time. I mean, yeah, she's. I mean, we had a chat over Instagram a few times and that. So, I mean, Terry, but I mean, I'll be asking for her as well, and asking for.
Yeah, no, I'll tell her you said hello. Yeah, because she's into the social media.
She'll be watching this as well.
Yeah, she will be watching this definitely. Yeah, so hello, Terry.
Oh.
But yeah,
so yeah, I've got. I think I've got two more questions to ask.
Yeah, no worries.
Got any dream gigs? And where would you like to play about? And then would there be any support acts?
I don't know. I guess anywhere. I'd be happy to play anywhere. Really, I think any gig is a good gig.
Would you ever consider playing at Budstock or Downward?
Yeah, I mean all that kind of stuff would be amazing. Obviously, yeah.
Get up on the stage.
Because I'm solo and I'm more online musician. I'm kind of in a different world to all that now, and I think even those kind of bands are struggling now, especially with all this lockdowns and not being able to tour and stuff, because bands rely on touring now, especially the big bands. I don't think they make anything through albums, really. The touring they rely on to make money, and if bands can't tour, they're not making money. So in a way, I was happy I was in a good position with being online. But then I've had my YouTube recently deleted randomly without warning, and I'm having to start from scratch again. I've lost my 16,000 followers that I just got on there and all that kind of stuff. So it's a pain, and so I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat now. I'm a bit of a struggling musician. I was doing pretty well, and the YouTube's going well. It's monetized, all that, and just randomly taken away. But it's all about the music. I'm just happy to be doing songs and releasing them, and it's all for the people to enjoy. And whether I'm making money or not isn't the main aim. But it's nicer. It was going well, and it was a good way of making money through the music, having a channel monetized, and and it brought people in kind of thing, and so I'm kind of starting to scratch again on the YouTube, doing a bit of just re-uploading my best stuff on my new channels, and Yeah, so I'm doing that. Can't think what else I was going to say, but
Yeah, just hopefully get things will get back again. That's what I mean. Just share this out to everyone, share this out to the world. That's what we want.
that's it. Yeah, share it
Yes.
out. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get as many people listening as I can because I'm making the music for the fans, and I
Yeah,
want people listening to it. And yeah, checking it all out because I put a lot of time into the songs and the music I do, and yeah, it comes from the heart kind of thing. It's all kind of done, because I love it, and yeah, yeah, it's a pain having to start kind of from scratch again, but I've still got my Instagram following and stuff, so it's all right. But I like YouTube because I was making some money from it as well, so it was helping me be a musician and do what
yeah,
I do
that's what it's about.
and get by as well. But yeah, I think a lot of people now don't really put money into musicians and art like they should. They used to more in the 80s. You'd go out and buy an album, LP or whatever that you were looking forward to.
Albums or tapes or cassettes or something back in
Cassettes and
the
that.
day.
Everything's freely accessible now and free.
Everything's just digitalized now. You got
Yeah,
Spotify.
it's different times. The whole digital thing. I mean, I'm on Spotify and all that stuff, but you make peanuts. You don't make money. It's real, just rubbish money. So it's kind of I think any musicians who are doing it like I am, often you're not making a whole lot of money. Um, like I say, I was alright. I was pretty comfortable, and now it's a funny time for me because it's all been kind of stripped away a bit. But I'm still cracking on and making music because that's what I love doing and that's all I want to do. But yeah, it's a pain with how stuff is and how the industry is, and you can be popular on social media and kind of but that doesn't always mean you'll make money, and then sometimes you'll make money and it doesn't last and you get your channel deleted, and yeah, like what happened to me. So it's just a pain really with how things are, but
Yeah, you're not the only one on like that as well. With just this video showing that as well. It's you can't really get that big. As I say, we're quite independent in that. So
yeah, it's a lot of work, yeah, to get big. I think it's a pain because I put in the time and effort, and I've made a bit of a
yeah,
name for myself with the music, and I did build up a big following, but like I say, they can just strip that away, with their stupid censorship and stuff, and yeah, it's a real pain 'cause you can spend years building stuff up. I probably spent 3 years or more properly working on YouTube and uploading stuff, and there's a lot of stuff on there since I started doing music. I've lost a lot of uploads and things, and luckily I've got much of the best stuff, which is what I'm re-uploading now. But yeah, it's a pain, and yeah, it's not that easy now. It's kind of
yeah, yes. It's just hit and miss. I think. I guess.
totally, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you just can't never. You'll never just. You can't. It's difficult to be like the level of priest are as well, and it takes
Mm.
time to build up and that as well. Like,
It does. It takes time. Yeah, it's all time and
see,
effort. Nothing's
see a
life
lot
is
of
easy.
our bands like here haven't really got that big. Most of our bands are just stayed on UK. They've done like tours on UK, which is probably not as bad.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't think they're going to get any bigger than they actually are. Like,
No, I mean you never know. You got to hope and live in hope, and I'm a
yeah,
big believer in like visualization and manifesting things. So if you want things to happen, you just put it out there to the universe, and you say that's what's going to happen. You don't let any negative energy kind of come in. You just
yeah,
you have a vision, you have a goal, and you just get on with life and keep working towards it. Don't
yeah.
get put off. You stay.
You
You
got a
just
helicopter
clear.
flying around.
Huh?
And no, sorry, it sounds like a helicopter flying. No, it's okay.
It is, yeah. There's some helicopter going around.
Yeah, it's okay. And yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, about that as well. We never know what will happen in these years as well.
Mm.
So yeah, you just have to just get on with things like that as well, and hopefully they'll come to colours or show, I guess. So yeah, So I'll actually end. We're just about finished. I've got one last wee question to say.
Great.
So do you have anything to say to the listeners?
Yeah, yeah. Just keep listening to metal and supporting independent artists, and yeah, just keep checking out people and new artists and things, and of course check out my channel and all that stuff so you can hear what I'm doing, and yeah, support Scottish Autistic Media, Sam Radio.
Sam Radio, yeah, of course.
And yeah, because it's a great thing, that you do, and you're supplying music to the people,
Yeah, I
playing a
mean,
lot of different bands which aren't so known, which is an important thing. And it's
including yourself too, of course.
yeah, exactly. So it's good to get airplay. Any band is happy to have airplay, and so support the radio stations that do that and play musicians that aren't all like chart topping sensations, and
No,
support the musicians themselves, and yeah, just keep listening. Yeah.
definitely. I should just dig a bit deeper in some of these other bands rather than playing the
That's
same
it,
stuff.
yeah, and buy stuff. Don't be tight. Let the moths out your purse and buy albums, t-shirts, all that stuff. Because bands and musicians truly do rely on that support.
Yeah,
I think you see a lot of even the big musicians now doing like weird things to make money, selling weird things, energy drinks and whatever, and I don't know, just different things, and it's kind of it's weird, and you kind of think, why are they doing that? But it's because they need money, and they, this kind of that's how it is. You got to do what you can to make money, and you try and create things for the fans, which they're gonna take to and buy, and yeah, you've got to just try and support these artists if you enjoy them, because even if they are selling some lame stuff, you got to like think, well, I'm a fan of them, I'll support them, and but hopefully they'll be selling some good stuff, merch and things. Always buy merch and stuff.
yeah. I tried to buy the CDs in that as well.
Yeah, CDs. Yeah.
Sometimes when some of my gigs uptown as well, I buy all these gigs and merch if I can. So I try my best to.
That's
Sometimes I
good.
don't.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Always try and buy that stuff, and even if you can't financially do it, share people's music, especially the independent bands and the smaller.
Yeah, play them
Share
on
the
play them
music,
on the
play
show.
their music.
So
All that kind of stuff just helps no end. Share your favorite songs to groups on Facebook or whatever, and whatever. Just share the stuff you like, especially if it's smaller bands, and even the big bands need support, but. It's the guys starting out now who need the most support, because they're
yeah,
starting out. So if they're small, they ain't ever going to get big unless they get the support. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
yeah. I'm definitely going to try and play more bands if I can as well. Ones that I discovered that need a bit more
That's
airplay.
it. No, you're
Heard of,
great for what
then
you do.
that's
You definitely got the right idea.
so I'll definitely be doing that for sure, Matt.
Yeah,
It's been just the matter of what if I can see these bands live, then I'll definitely put them on the show. That's what I
that's
need.
it. Yeah, that's the attitude to have. Yeah.
And I hope it'll be a good way to explore to expand and Scott's Autistic Media, of course, Sam Radio, of course, so get a bit more estimation out there, publicity out there as well for more
That's
bands.
it. Yeah. Spread the word.
That's what we need as bands getting played
Mm.
rather than being in the band or seeing bands and that as well. It's another way to do it all. You can
That's
just
it. Yeah, just do what you can. See the gigs, buy the merch, share the music, and you'll keep music alive and thriving.
yeah,
Otherwise, you're just letting Simon Cowell pump out some commercial garbage
just the
all the time.
same old metal that you hear every day, like Lamb Gordon's, Slayer, Megadeth.
Yeah,
It's a bit repetitive, I guess. And you build up some of these bands out in the other world. I do play a mix of local but independent bands, and then I do squeeze in some big bands there as well. So it's a bit of both in the station and the two of us now, which is a good thing. I'm playing more independent bands and more sort of big bands as well. So
That's good. Yeah, that's the way to be. Yeah.
This mix.
Anyway, yeah. No, it's been good chatting with you. I've
It's been an absolute pleasure, Matt. I mean, I really enjoyed this and really enjoyed I really enjoyed you taking the time doing this.
No worries. Yeah, no, that's
Appreciate
fine.
it and take the time. So, and I'll just what I'll do is I'll say my own things. And if you want to check out my channel, CM Headbanger, make sure to give me a like, comment below, and share this out to the world, of course, as well. That's what we need. And share, give it, and I'll leave all the links in the description. If you check out some of Matt's stuff, it'll be below in the description, of course.
That'd be great.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching this, and take it easy. It's been a great stream. So
yeah.